So Ken, we've myself and Andy have kind of known you 2 years now, is it?
Just about, I
2
think
years.
so, yeah.
And it's been a long journey, really. The last 2 years. I mean, Astbury Hall wasn't open. Me and My Golf hadn't been launched, and we just about started doing the YouTube videos, and so we've seen our progression. We've seen your progression. You've got a fantastic golf course here. What made you do it? What made you build a golf course in your back garden?
It's a very good question, very good question. I guess, so I first took to golf. When I say took to golf, I think I became addicted to golf in the early 80s.
Okay.
Whilst out on tour with a band.
Yeah.
I guess we'd spent years kind of being barflies on days off and stuff like that. Well, I guess that's how I got into it, really. A band called Def Leppard all those years ago, good friends of ours.
Yeah.
Hi guys, if you're listening out there, check out me and my
I'm
golf.
sure they are. They better be.
golf.com. Yeah, most of those guys have lived in Ireland for quite some time, but we're on tour, and we were having a few beers, and a bit of a challenge went out late that night,
Okay.
because
As they often do.
we didn't actually know that the guys were pretty good golfers and good friends with Mark Rowe, which I didn't know actually.
Okay.
I found out that later on.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I went to see the guys at the NEC and Mark Rowe was there, and I thought,
You
the
understand.
guys have got a touring pro on. It all unravelled then, you know what I mean? If they're rubbing shoulders with players of that ilk growing up, because they went to school together. But anyway, go back to the challenge. The guys challenged us to a game of golf, and we thought, no problem, we'll be there, but we'll challenge you to a game of tennis in the afternoon, because we thought we were pretty good tennis players, a couple of us in the band, and that's what happened. Obviously, we got demolished on the golf course, but we did manage to get our own back on the tennis court against the guys, and
One each.
it just went on from there, really, and so obviously the passion stays with you.
Of course.
And of course, then we soon found out through touring with the band all over the world, we had this wonderful vehicle to go and experience these fantastic golf courses.
Yeah.
Whether it's in Hawaii or Florida, wherever it is, and that's what we would do. And luckily for us, we got to see so many beautiful areas and places around the world that we wouldn't ordinarily have seen if we'd have, just kind of stayed in the hotel.
So I suppose that journey of you playing these golf courses and getting the best bits from these courses helps you map out what the creation we have here at Astbury Hall.
I think consciously or subconsciously it did something to me. In fact, weirdly enough, when I came back to start this whole project in around 2003, I didn't realise, but I hadn't actually played golf in the UK since the early 80s either.
Okay.
And so when I came to do this, I just kind of was trying to do the best I could, here at Astbury in the Shropshire countryside, something comparable to what I'd seen on my travels.
Yeah.
And then I realised that obviously that standard was a USGA specification standard, obviously.
So, yeah, I mean, that's important, isn't it? I mean, the greens here are amazing. The quality is very good, but they whenever the weather's inclement, the greens still seem to putt well and they drain well. And so what have you done differently to maybe the rest of the golf courses around here?
It purely is that standard pace now. I mean, worldwide, where the tournaments are held, a lot of the courses are, obviously you get some courses that are 100 years old or more, but a lot of the courses on tour, the newer builds are built with newer technology. Obviously, modern day machinery and modern day products help us now to build a golf course that's playable, for example, all 365 days a year, which is the optimum goal, because obviously at Astbury, well, we don't even have any mats, so we're not on temporaries or mats in the winter, which is fantastic, really, considering the good old English weather.
Without a doubt.
But obviously, the putting surfaces and the teeing surfaces are built pretty much of 80% drainage materials. Basically 80% sand and 20% peat or topsoil, which is totally different to a course that was probably built 60, 70, 80 years ago, with a lot of them with horses and carts, just using localized materials.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and
Yeah, technologies are amazing now, aren't they? They understand exactly when they grow.
well, yeah, the demand is there now that you know, really to have maintainable surfaces. Then you can stripe up your fairways and present it the way that people seem to want a bit of what they see on television, and that was my goal really, to try and bring to Astbury something relatively comparable to what people were experiencing and enjoying at major tournaments.
Good. Okay. So we've got you've got a big year. You know, 2013 is a big year. We've got some pretty big events here this year. So
yeah, I mean,
we're
kind of in our third year now. We've had some events in the past. Last year we had a race to Astbury Hall, which was a PJ event, and we've had the TP tour here. You know, Ronan Rafferty, the Ryder Cup legend, his tour. But this year, in fact, May the 13th to the 17th, we've got a 5-day Europro, which is a PJ event, televised on Sky, which is fantastic.
Excellent.
And we're told that we actually have 4 2-hour spots, which is brilliant.
Brilliant.
And this year also the Europro is going international.
Okay.
So it's Asia everywhere. So millions and millions of people, hopefully.
So our viewers from around the world can hopefully catch this on telly.
We'll see this wonderful, idyllic beauty spot of here in the heart of Shropshire, in the Severn Valley. People will be able to have a good little look to see what we've got here.
Yeah, good. Okay, so we're going to go out in a bit and look at some of the holes on the golf course, maybe some of your favourite holes, and get a little bit of an idea. But do you have a favourite hole that was part of your travels, maybe, that made you think, I've got to make a hole which is like this?
No, Piers. It has been a bit like making an LP.
Okay.
Because we often get asked, you know, what are your favourite songs off the album and stuff, and the answer is quite simply, I'm going to give the same answer as a famous guitar player and a friend of mine called Yngwie Malmsteen, who's famous out there in the rock world, and he once said, but it's an unfair question because they're all my babies.
Of course, 18 babies.
And it has, I think it has become that, you know, because obviously, as you know, build and design, you like to build in a variety, direction of play, lots of different features, build as much drama in as you can. But I say variety is the key word.
So Ken, we're on the first hole, 452-yard par 4, elevated tee, and we can absolutely see the definition we were talking about, the striped fairways. No better sight in golf, I reckon.
Couldn't agree more, Piers. Couldn't agree more. You know, obviously the big boys, the big hitters, the goal just to get past those bunkers, and then you get the reward of the roll down onto the second part of the fairway, as you can see, and then it's a clear run in there, but there is some water a bit further down there on the left-hand side, so if you're short and you have a go, but as you say, it's all about the stripes.
Yeah, absolutely, and you can see them on the 9th here as well coming down, so it does frame the hole. You can see obviously with the fairways, you can see the rough, obviously the bunkers.
Gives you a very, very clear, you know, image of that target area that you really want to set up a line to, and I sound like you now, you're the teacher.
No, it's all
good teacher, isn't he? I've become a teacher now.
I think I always remember Jack Nicklaus talking about his golf courses that he designed. He liked to see the fairway off the tee, so he liked a lot of elevated tee shots, so he could see the hole and frame the hole, and so maybe you learned that off him or he learned that off you. I don't know, but you've got the same sort of mentality.
Well, I have fortunate enough to have been in a couple of good Jack Nicklaus design courses around the world. So, as I say, consciously or subconsciously, you take a little bit of something from everybody and everywhere.
Yeah, cool. All right, okay. Well, let's get out there and let's look at some more holes.
Let's do it.
Okay, Ken, right, we've managed to catch up with some of the guys who are practicing for the Europro next week. So we've got Stuart and Dave. And this is one of the features of the course we said about the greens being so tricky. And this shot here, we've got a pretty tricky shot. I'm going to ask Dave maybe to sort of play a shot in the moment, but we've got very much an uphill followed by about 10 foot short of the flag. It's going to drop away and go fast. And this is something that you look for when you design this course?
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, a green like this, you've got to start really reading this green from way back, from from your approach shot in, because it's not just. Let's say it's one thing about reading the line of a putt, but you've actually got to read this green. How's it sitting? You know, which way is it going to go? And it can be very, very deceptive because of the cut and fill. You've got a steep slope coming in. You know, it seems to give you the impression that it's actually sitting up like this.
Yeah.
But it's far from that, as we'll probably see when David hits this chip to see exactly what happens with this green, you know, and how it will keep on going, almost like it picks up a little bit more, an extra battery's put in sometimes with this green. So it's a tricky one, very tricky one. This is number eight.
Okay, you've taken that all in, so there's no excuses now. I'll step back so the camera can see where we are. Let me just... He's played that pretty good.
That's an excellent shot. Absolutely excellent.
I'm definitely not going to attempt to have a go at that myself. That's perfect. So you could, yeah, well played. Good shot.
That's
good shot.
Professional David Walker, ladies and gentlemen, and.
Okay, Ken, what a grand setting we have for our finishing hole, 18th hole. We've got the clubhouse in view. Unfortunately, though, you, has put a load of water in front of the green. And it's, what, 200-yard carry?
Mm-hmm.
This is a pretty good hole to finish with. And what was your inspiration behind this hole?
Well, I think that it's just that that element of difficulty. I say difficulty for most amateurs. It's terrifying.
Yeah, water equals terror. Absolutely.
But I guess the 18th here, the whole one shot at glory. I guess that's exactly what it is. It's obviously in a tournament. It could be. It's the make or break situation. Obviously, a little unusual to finish with a par 3, but obviously with a par 3 like this. 200 yards, obviously the element of drama and everything that you would want, and the green's really, really well protected on all sides, as you can see. And I guess if anything, the 18th here is our signature hole, because I guess it's the one that everyone, pros and amateurs alike, it's the one that they really kind of look forward to playing and taking on.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that flag on the front of the green. I'm just looking at it now and thinking, well, hang on a bit. Anyone goes past the water big onto the top tier of the green, they've got a very interesting putt. They could almost put it into the water maybe. But I think it's a fantastic hole to finish off what we feel is an immaculate golf course with some very challenging holes, very challenging greens. So our viewers, if you are in the area for the Euro Pro, to come and watch, then fantastic. But if not, if you can get down here to get a game, myself and Andy here are a lot doing the videos. Ken's here virtually every day, I think. I don't think you can tear you away from this place.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be really exciting to have Sky Television here, as I say, and with the tournament going international this time. So hopefully, here we are as we say, in the middle of Shropshire, at the heart of the countryside. And it'll be great to see people all over the world tuning in to see, as I said before, exactly who we are, where we are, and put Shropshire on the map.
Absolutely. Ken, thanks for your time. I know your time is precious, so really appreciate it. And we look forward to the tournament week, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks again, Pierce. And as many people like to come on down, check it out, see how the pros really do it.